Major emergencies usually strike without warning. They can be a real threat to our health, environment, communities and economy. Thankfully, major emergencies are relatively infrequent. However, Birmingham has had more than its fair share over the last few years. The most notable have included flooding in some areas of the city, an evacuation of the city centre, and the devastating Birmingham tornado. So it would be sensible for all of us to take a few simple measures that would ensure we could cope more effectively with any major emergency. There are many types of emergency that could affect our lives. These could include events such as severe weather, which can be anything from storms and wind to snow, even heat waves, and increasingly more common, flooding. We have also seen incidents such as the Buncefield fire and other accidents associated with a mass of industrial premises in the UK. There are many examples of structural damage to buildings, perhaps caused by major fires, gas explosions, or even vehicles crashing into buildings or bridges. The vast transport network can suffer its own range of emergencies, aircraft incidents, train crashes and road collisions. Human and animal health emergencies can occur, for instance, the flu pandemic or the foot and mouth crisis of the year 2000. Again, in 2000, the fuel strikes caused significant disruption to the whole of the UK, and we've also experienced the evacuation of 40,000 people from Birmingham city centre. Gas, water and power cuts can take us all by surprise and can sometimes last several days. And there continues to be the threat of terrorism, such as the tragic events of 9/11, 7/7, Glasgow Airport, as well as many other incidents around the world. These very different types of emergencies can have a massive impact on our lives. They can lead to severe injuries and at worst, death. Trauma and the need for emotional support. Need for accurate information, including financial advice and guidance. Damage to buildings, roads and infrastructure, leading to the evacuation of homes and/or the loss of lighting, heating and telecommunications. Damage to the natural environment. And short and long-term business failure. The emergency services and other agencies are used to responding to major emergencies, but again, as residents and businesses, we can all do our bit to minimise the impact. In a major emergency, it is the blue light services that are first to respond and usually arrive at the scene within minutes. The police have a role to protect life and investigate the incident. They usually coordinate the overall response of the emergency services and other agencies. The ambulance service provides treatment and transportation of casualties. The fire service not only protects life and property from fire, but also responds to highway emergencies and other incidents, such as flooding. It's equipped to deal with chemical spillages, decontamination, and search and rescue. Birmingham City Council supports both the affected communities and emergency services by providing rest centres for people's immediate shelter, long-term accommodation if required, transport, advice and information to public and businesses, media briefings, road closures and diversions, surveying of buildings, clearance of debris and temporary mortuaries. The City Council will also play the main coordinating role in ensuring the longer-term recovery and return to normality. Any successful response to major emergencies requires the coordinated effort of a wide range of organisations: the police, fire, ambulance and health services, City Council, government agencies, utilities, transport companies and voluntary agencies all have a role to play. It's by working in partnership with our communities and businesses through the Birmingham Resilience Group that we will maximise the ability of Birmingham to face major emergencies.
The Birmingham Resilience Team consists of officers from the City Council with attachments from the West Midlands Police and Fire Services and also health organisations. Our job is to ensure that Birmingham has emergency plans and arrangements in place so that when incidents occur, the city can respond effectively. Now, it's okay having emergency plans in place, but unless you test the arrangements, you don't know if they're going to work. So therefore, we spend a great deal of our time putting together and participating in training events and exercises, so that when emergencies do occur, the police, the fire service, the city council and other organisations and agencies know who's going to do what, when and how. Now, the realities of life is that Birmingham is a city that faces many threats and hazards in the 21st century. We have had a tornado, we have had a city centre evacuation, we've had flooding, we have major fires and road traffic accidents. And for these reasons, it's vital that the citizens of Birmingham take responsibility for preparing themselves for emergencies, so that when they do happen, they know what to do and can respond appropriately. And by doing this, they will lessen the impact on themselves, their families and their communities.
Right then, girls, we've got everything we need in here. Let's just check.
Emergencies usually happen without warning. You can minimise the impact by making sure you have access to some essential supplies. Talk to your family. Think about producing your own simple emergency plans.
Hiya, can I help?
Yeah. So nothing to worry about. I've just got to give you some advice at the moment.
If an emergency does occur, in most cases, but not all, you will be advised to